Right, it should be fixed now for you. Barbar's on Orgless, of course he is. I'm just... My brain, dude. Nico's back in. He's back in. Right, so Nico is going to remain the replacement for Copenhagen Wolves. And we're only jumping into the knife round. Copenhagen Wolves, I believe, won both knife rounds in the previous best of two. So we know they're pretty sick when it comes to knifing. And it's going to be another repeat performance. So Copenhagen Wolves take the knife. They'll be electing to go CT side, as I'm sure they did against Torpedo as well. And they got an 11-4 halftime scoreline on their CT side of Mirage last time around. So it'll be interesting to see if they can rinse and repeat from that previous performance here. Thanks for the kind words, guys. I appreciate it. For those of you asking who I am, I met this. And some people saying you recognize my voice. I did DreamHack Leipzig and also Stockholm last year. Towards the end of last year. So I've done a couple of decent tournaments. Did GEC as well in Lithuania. That was, I guess, like a week ago now. So maybe that's where you recognize my voice from. Either way, Orgless are going to be starting their T side by pushing B pretty aggressively, actually. 4 players in the B apps, with Barbar trying to decoy for the rest of his team over on the A side, going to try and show himself through ramp and fake out this idea of an A execute. That's going to keep 3 players interested for now, one of which is in connector. Percy's watching short as well. So if Barbar can play this right, somehow he's actually managed to snake his way onto the site itself, and that, by the way, without flashes or anything else coming in, pretty much does make it a very predictable strat here from Orgless, and they are being shut down with authority from Copenhagen Wolves. Not a single player has fallen from the Danes. Percy down to 1, but he will manage to keep that armor going through into the next round. So Orgless tried that decoy strat, simply backfired. Solid hold for Copenhagen Wolves. I will turn the FPS off for you in a second. I can't do it while in game for some reason. It's kind of derpy, so I'll do it when we're in a full-on eco round. Okay? That's probably the best way of doing it, if it bothers you guys that much. I also play a lot and like stream on my own personal stream a lot, so this is kind of like my gaming config, I guess. Either way, 3 MP9s for Copenhagen Wolves. That is a lot of burst fire potential for them, with 2 FAMASs as well. You can see that Orgless have managed to bag themselves a few upgraded pistols, including Deagles and Tech 9s. P250 thrown in for good measure as well. A couple of flashbangs, so they can try and get some real estate through mid. As you can see right now, they've actually boosted a player. Let's jump on board with Flash, who's got round the back of Hole in the Wall, so he could be getting himself a kill into Snappy in the foreseeable future. He could be the key man. Can he get himself this kill? This would open up things nicely. Is he going to go for the knife? Surely not. Okay. I thought he was going to sneak his way up and try and jump knife him in the back. Instead, going through onto the CT side, and the frags are coming down thick and fast for Orgless. Is a fantastic answer. A fantastic rebuttal to the first round from Copenhagen Wolves, who now only have 2 MP9s to play with. Pop flash into hole. Not going to do a great deal, as no one's home for Orgless. And 3 of those weapons have been transferred across into the hands of Orgless now. So here comes the play. Do Copenhagen Wolves fancy the retake? Or they just want to tap out of this round? The Molotov, the incendiary, is going to go into Firebox, aptly named. The smoke also isolates the Palace player. Here comes a spray down from Nico to one frag. Oh, they line up for Flash, and he will take them both down in midair with his FAMAS. Very nicely done. Orgless with a phenomenal answer. It was all on Flash, though. He managed to get through. I think he got boosted into window, went through the hole in the wall, round the back, got Snappy, and from there on out, it was just easy pickings for Orgless. So, great round for them. And now Copenhagen Wolves, after going in for that retake, have no weapons to play with, so just P250 in the hands of Percy. For those of you asking about skins and such, you will have your skins returned, but it may just take a while. I'm not an admin or anything for CSGO Lounge, but Typically it takes a little while before they get back, so don't try not to panic too much. As expected, after Orgless picking up the second round, Copenhagen Wolves will only PT50. Really couldn't get anything done here. Maybe they can get a kill before lights come out. Tabu eats a grenade to the forehead, and the last two remaining CTs are both over on B sides. That bomb is going to go down on 8. And a good start for Orgless. Although very reminiscent from how Copenhagen Wolves started their battle against Torpedo as well, going 2-1 behind on the CT side. They then brought it back 2-2, and then obviously the rest is history. Went 16-4. Very comfortable, convincing rounds as soon as they got themselves stabilized on their CT side. Quit spamming the casters about how who's CSGO Lounge is. Yeah, I can't do much about that, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just a caster. I'm just a scrubby caster. I have no control over CSGO Lounge whatsoever. So, Orgless, again, they will keep a healthy amount of grenades and weapons going through, so this just builds their economy that much more. And realizing that the economy now for the Copenhagen Wolves may force them into a couple of headless armors, they are going to keep these SMGs in play. The MP9 close range will still devastate any of the Copenhagen Wolves players. None of them have head armor here, so understandable why you'd keep those SMGs in play. And even if Orgless do end up losing this round, easy rebuy anyway. They've got the economy to sustain, so completely understandable play here from Orgless. Copenhagen Wolves running a bit of a risky strat. Of course, the lack of head armor does afford them more grenades to play with and try and fend off the initial charge. One defuse kit in the hands of Nico. So it is poised nicely between the two teams. Bomb has been dropped back on the B side. Over towards the T spawn. Has been picked up. It's now going to start to snake its way over on the A side. 2 players there. SMF consistently playing in either Shadow or in CT boxes, so I expect to see him here a lot more in the future. He got a couple of sick 3-mans from this position. Stappy actually up on the boost. Is going to get the drop. Onto Maeve, who simply wasn't expecting that. You feel like you're pretty much safe in underpass as you come out towards mid. That's why he went for the boost. Was preemptively deciding that was the play. This has been great so far from Copenhagen Wolves, but it could come crashing down around them. SMF now has to dart back into Shadow, which is where the Molotov is. Too hot for him to handle. 16 HP left on Barbar. He's in firebox, but there's no mollies or incendiaries at hand for Copenhagen Wolves. The bomb still hasn't been planted. 15 seconds, and now the noose is being tightened around the neck of Orgless. The spray is going to come in, and that's all on Barbar. A FAMAS and 16 HP to his name. Percy is lurking on the other side of the boxes. He's not long for this world, and he's not going to get the plant down. Good hold from Copenhagen Wolves, but it is at great cost. 3 players go down, and although they will be able to buy back up again, we've already mentioned that Orgless can buy as well. So Copenhagen Wolves aren't out the woods just yet. Their economic downturn continues, and they'll hope that someone can bail them out. This is a much more economically stable buy this round, however, with a lot more grenades, defuse kits. Barbar just ate a grenade to the face as well, so he's down. A fair chunk of his health has disintegrated. SMF's going to go for the pop flash, and had he have gone for that peek, he very likely would have met his demise, so intelligently decides to just hold the angle instead. He's going to go for the peek afterwards. But no damage has been exchanged between those two. Not after the grenade anyway. Here comes Percy this time. Hiding in ladder room, just peering down. Spots another potential boost, and they have gone for this before. Bags himself a second kill, very nicely done. Only at the expense of 27 HP, so that's a fantastic trade for Copenhagen Wolves. Orgless still have the bomb in mid. But the fact that Copenhagen Wolves have got those early kills means that SMF now can charge his way through Palace. This is vital information that the Danes are picking up for themselves, and they can just hold fire. They don't have to go for peaks. They don't have to go for any information at this point. They know it's very likely going to be a B play. And Percy and Nico should have a good crossfire. Down flash actually gets the upper hand onto Percy. Maybe a lack in communication. Doesn't seem to matter a great deal. Shooting and Blah both get sprayed, and Copenhagen Wolves will pick up their third round. Very nicely held. I wonder if Orgless are feeling like they could go for another half buy here and try and cut Copenhagen Wolves down to size. No, they don't. So this is the moment where Copenhagen Wolves can start to build that economy. They have weathered the initial storm, the initial charge from Orgless. Come out the other side fairly dry. It should be easy pickings for Copenhagen Wolves. Percy with 2. Snappy got 1 before being 1D from Huiten, so that's going to hurt. Him and Barbar still alive. Both in mid. This is going to be a call from the rest of the team, so Copenhagen Wolves can just hold fire for now again. There's a lot of time, though, for Orgless to play with, and they do have hands on bomb with Deagle and the Tech 9 with a Kevlar, so still a bit dangerous. Still a potent attack here from Orgless. Things just got a whole lot worse. It's all on Barbar. He gets spotted from Percy, who picks himself up his 3rd kill of the round, and a decent hold at the end of the day from Copenhagen Wolves. Just 1 casualty. Orgless will be buying, but this is where we start to get to that point as well, where decisions need to be made. The Copenhagen Wolves want to keep both of their FAMASs. They do indeed. It's still a decent assault rifle. Obviously, nowhere near as solid as an A4 or an A1S. And dropping $2,200 or thereabouts on the ground is never the greatest of ideas, but Taboo's going to make it work for himself. Charges straight up mid. We actually saw Snappy doing this a lot with the AWP against Torpedo, so they clearly like to play aggressive in mid. That's 2 huge kills, and yes, he goes down, but a FAMAS for 2 kills, you better believe it's worth for Copenhagen Wolves. So Orgless again, they have the initial mid control, but lose it very abruptly. Mainly thanks to Taboo. Now they have to tuck their tail between their legs and try and figure out another means to get onto these sites. And it would appear that B could very well answer the call there. However, Underpass is still going to be an attractive proposition. The issue, though, is they've been through there before, and they've had to contend with boosts from Snappy. Had to deal with Percy on short as well, so B seems to be the smarter play. That being said, Snappy is there with the AWP. Let's jump on board with him as he's about to be in the action. You're expecting to see one of these flashes, one of the 5 flashes that Orgless have go out. But Flash peaks a bit too early. Just a second or so early, and that's going to cost him his life. Had he have just waited, maybe they could have got that sexy one-tap onto Snappy. As it stands, Snappy's missed quite a few shots, making another one. He's trying to buy up enough time for the rest of his team to get into close enough proximity. And he goes down. That's kind of poor from Snappy at the end of the day. Nico, fortunately, though, for him, is there on point. Spray not quite on point, and now it comes to SMF. 13 seconds left. The bomb has been dropped, but picked up easily from Maeve. SMF has the element of surprise. Maeve going to be planting in a perfect position for this 1 versus 1. Maeve still isn't 100% sure as to where he is. They peak at the same time, and SMF had the HP advantage. And he will convert that into a round. Very nicely done. But close from Orgless, they take 4 weapons away from Copenhagen Wolves, and with their round loss coming in and the bomb plant, they may very well force up again here. What's their economy looking like? So a few players on around $4,000. I feel like this is a force buy for sure. But Copenhagen Wolves, after going 1-2 behind, and again bounce back in the best possible way. Proving to be a really difficult team to dethrone on the CT side of Mirage. There's still a lot of rounds to play with though for Orgless. They'll be looking for 6 rounds, I would say. 6 or more would be good enough for them. They've got a solid CT side here on Mirage. Percy uses smoke. You can jump up here and actually see over the smoke if he's quick. There we go. He spots Dead Fox. He probably won't expect a second player to be in that smoke, so that could very well prove to catch him off guard with the element of surprise. Even though it's gone for a 3-on-3, there is heavy casualties in the sense that Nico is super low, and his teammate at Taboo just sprayed across, but whiffed his opportunity onto Hutin, who's now in ladder room. And the 2 final terrorists will now make a move over on B. It really is just going to come down to Nico and his 14 HP. What can he possibly do? There's no HE, so he's not going to get naded out from this position. Jumps up and he spots players. Here comes the incendiary. Land on the face of Barber. He can't get the kill. He desperately needed to get at least one. Take one down with him to give Tabu a fighting chance in this round. Tabu was the standout player on Cobblestone for Copenhagen Wolves. He was an absolute beast. Lands the headshot, and that could keep him interested now for this retake. He has a defuse kit with 2 flashes. So if he tosses one over there towards short, he could maybe get the drop onto Maeve, but this really is Orgless' round to lose. Tabu's going to stick the sight. 2 seconds, 1 second. Very nearly actually picks that up. But they were a bit worried in case it was a fake. The reason why Maeve was staying in the B-apps. Oh no, do we have it again? Do we have more crashes? I feel like we've had about 20 crashes so far today. So another tech issue. Hopefully it's not going to last too long. How are you guys doing in chat then? You all good? Let's see what the issue is. Tech, but haven't heard anything else after that. Yeah, so I have no idea. I'm doing awful. Yeah, my day hasn't been particularly good either. Not gonna lie. So-called Dante, I didn't really need to know that. You really like Nico's profile picture. What is it? Is that banana? Let me have a closer look here. So it's a banana with his skin off and covering his privates. Alright, nice. So it seems the tech issue has been resolved, fortunately for us. Hopefully that is the first and the last. Getting Nova Sand Dune? You what, mate? So Percy has done this a few times. I wonder at some point if he's going to get called out on his BS, so to speak, and he actually is with a grenade to the face. Doesn't do that much damage, but he's been here a couple of times. You can see the spray through the smoke afterwards. Last time he actually jumped on top of the boost and shot Dead Fox from the elevated position. How tall am I? Like 185, I guess? 183, 185. Not that tall. Around average, I guess. Kind of a random question, but there you go. Mag 7 in the hands of SMF, who I thought may very well be over on the B side with that one, but still rocking it out close range in ramp this time. Dead Fox is going to break the curse for Orgless. He lifts it with ease. And it's starting to get a bit sketchy now for Copenhagen Wolves because we know their economy isn't too good. So it's imperative that they get some kills back, and they do get the one in the hands of Percy, one also for SMF, but straight away the revenge frags come in for Orgless, and that leaves SMF now with a long trek all the way through T-Spawn over onto the B site without any defuse kit. I feel really the play here is to save this. The call may come out that one of these players is low, like Flash was dinked, but other than that, the chances of getting anything done here from SMF is slim to none. So just save the AK, save the 3.7k worth of equipment value, and take that forward into the next round. What's the economy looking like from Copenhagen Wolves? I mean, it's pretty bad. Yeah, absolutely. So after this round has ended, they're going to have very little to play with. So that AK could be a power play for the Danes. Terrorists win. And SPF is going to manage to hide behind a little cart and keep his AK alive. 185 centimeters equals about 6 inches. Kappa. I think, yeah, you meant feet. Yeah, I'm about 6 foot. I think I'm 6 foot, like, on the dot. But I've got horrendous posture because I've had, like, a bunch of back injuries. But I'm not particularly tall. I think that's just about average for, like, UK or whatever. So, as expected, Copenhagen Wolves just going to have themselves the AK and the Kevlar to play with. Nothing else, really. Nothing of note, at least. And SMF is going to be using the AK in a fairly centralized role. He's almost playing the sweeper role. He's going to try and find out some information, maybe use the AK on a site that's being contested. Even though the first kill did come down onto A, it's actually a trap. It's a decoy from Team Orgless. Barbar's done this before. The bulk of the weaponry, the bulk of the players are heading over to B and will plant the bomb down. And SMF is now in a similar position of just trying to run for his life and save the AK. So Orgless are going to pick up their 5th round as SMF is about to be encircled. You can see Orgless really charging in. They have spotted him. They know roughly where he's going to be. $10-5. Herndon having a bit of fun. He's like, okay, boys, rest of the rounds are ours. Let's go 10-5. Let's do this. It's pretty confident considering that Copenhagen Wolves have been up against it the last few rounds. SMF, I don't think he's going to be able to save this. He battles valiantly to his death, but he will die nonetheless. How big is Shaq's schlong? Well, if it's the proportion, it's probably, I don't know, a baby's arm holding an apple. It's probably huge. No one stayed with the bomb there. Emma. Wow, Christ, how do I say your name? I'm going to call you Emma. No one stayed with the bomb there because they saw him on A. They knew the last player was over on A, so they could filter the way out. Knew that they could take the AK away from him. The main issue here for Copenhagen Wolves is Orgless have been so unpredictable. They've really been testing each aspect of the map out. We saw Torpedo on their T side consistently going for these A plays over and over again. I think we only saw them go B like twice, and both of them were eco rounds. So it's hard to really read Orgless. It's hard to know where they're going to strike next, and when you have a lack of utility, that forces you into looking for information, I should say. Looking for attention, that would make absolutely no sense. That's exactly what Taboo did, but as soon as they get the kills, Orgless come right back. Hooten's here with 2 kills. Beautiful play from him. And that leaves Snappy in window room with the A4. Charging down, and he just gets dispatched with ease. Hooten with 3 kills, 3 impact kills as well. Orgless take the lead. And Copenhagen Wolves, at 10-5 that Herndon predicted, maybe reversed. It maybe gone the way of Orgless. Capital of Copenhagen is down. Great banter. I was in Copenhagen Airport like a week ago. It's actually quite nice. The approach to Copenhagen, you've got me saying it now. The approach to Copenhagen is beautiful. Like flying over, I don't know if it's a sea or if it's a lake or whatever the hell. Like flying over a sea. It's pretty beautiful. Actually, it's like a huge ass bridge there. Obviously, I'm just waffling on over this round because it's an eco and it's an easy round for Orgless. They don't lose a single player. And minimal HP as well. Copenhagen Wolves with their round loss bonus now do have a formidable buy coming up, but it's no longer good enough just to have good buys. You have to convert them into rounds because Orgless are starting to run away with this now. I said before they'd be happy with around 6 on the board, and it has been 5 in a row. It was 5-2 just a few moments ago. Double players in mid, but they've already read this one. Lambs to the slaughter. Orgless step up tall and deliver 2 fatal shots. And that's already a large percentage of the defense team taken off the map. They have at least answered back with Dead Fox going for a cheeky peek, but he actually gets put down. No Nandos for him today. And our Copenhagen Wolves I'm going to be stacking 2 players towards the A side, including York. That's a good play. Crossfire is set down. SMF now is in a good position. He's not going to assume the second player is in sandwich. You can see that he thought that they were still back in Ramp and Palace, and that cost him his life, and that could very well cost Copenhagen Wolves the round. Bomb will be planted for short. Oh, the barrel of the gun betrays Snappy. He was looking for that kill. The smoke was in his way, and Hooten comes in with another huge 3-man. Orgless looking good. A cheeky Nando's, mate. You always hate to see it when you see an AWPer like trying to peek around a corner and the barrel of the gun just sticks around there. See what Snappy was going for. It looked kind of poor from his perspective, but there was smoke in the way, so he literally couldn't shoot the bomb planter. He had to look up and hope that there's a slight gap in the smoke for him to make the most of. And our Copenhagen Wolves have conceded 6 rounds in a row, and it's looking like it will be a 7th, and this puts Orgless in such a good position going through into that second half. Maybe Snappy can pull off something tasty with this 5-7, but it's not looking good. Dead Fox is now going through connector. Taboo's there. We know how crazy this guy is with the 5-7. We saw this on Cobblestone. May finally gets his man, but he's down to 1 HP. That was really rough spray control from him. Orgless is a really good team, yeah, absolutely. Take nothing away from them. Also, keep into account that Copenhagen Wolves have 2 stand-ins for this game, so it's always going to be rough. We said that for Torpedo as well, and we saw how well they played against them on Mirage. Flash should be in the thick of the kills here. Taboo wants to just save the AK, keep it going through into the last round of the half. That with 4 hungry terrorists chasing him down, I don't think his chances are looking too good. Good news for him, at least he has 100% of his HP intact. The bad news is he's actually in a bottleneck, so if they find where he is and they throw that Molotov or HE in his face, he could be going down. Or, of course, Hutin could just go around the corner and wreck him. That's also an option. Let's have a look at the score as well, by the way. Hutin's on 16 for 6. The monster. He's delivering. Percy, top fragging for his team with 11. It's not bad. The problem is that SMF, who was on 19 kills at half-time up against Torpedo, has only found 6. So his position on A just has been nowhere near as potent. Or as devastating. Oh, it was nearly a 2-for-1 for Barbar. He is going to get it on the second time of asking, but they almost lined up for him. And again, right off the bat, Copenhagen Wolves lose 2 players in quick succession. Make that 3 now as Nico goes peeking. Tries to channel us into Percy. And will be punished, and it's not looking good for Copenhagen Wolves here. They could even be 10-5 behind. Maybe Hunden's prediction is going to be correct, but unfortunately for him, it's the complete wrong way around. Here comes Dead Fox, looking for a second. Will take it down on Orgless with 8 consecutive rounds. Finish the half in a commanding lead at 10-5. They win this pistol. It's all but over here on Mirage. Hunden the prediction master. I'm surprised that no one called him out on that actually in chat. I'd be so tempted if I was playing this game. It's like, Hunden, you up, mate? What did you say? 10-5? Thanks. Thanks, mate. Apparently someone spilt water. So that's, I mean, fair enough, I guess. But Copenhagen Wolves even a professional team. Dudes, they have 2 stand-ins. Like, let's keep this somewhat fair, shall we? They're playing poor on their city side, of course. They were 5-2 ahead. It was looking good. But then Orgless just woke up. They started taking more mid-control. And the mid-control was the key aspect there. You saw Copenhagen Wolves desperately trying to battle for it. But just being shut down. But they do have 2 stand-ins. Nico and Taboo are standing in. For Hunden and not Maeve, Glaive. I believe that... Now, do correct me if I'm wrong, but did Glaive have a collapsed lung? I remember reading about this. I think at LAN he had a collapsed lung, right? Like some pretty hefty, serious stuff going down for him. So, again, I hope he's alright. That sucks. Well, that's CS in a nutshell, guys. You can do all the researching you want, but at the end of the day, sometimes this game just... It delivers randomness. Sometimes teams that you think are a shoo-in for a win just collapse. Yeah, he did. Okay. Thanks, Danny. That's brutal. Yeah, so all the best to him. Hopefully he's alright. Again, not entirely sure what this is. They said it's a water spillage, but this is taking quite some time for a water spill. Okay, there we go. Ready calls coming in chat. Alright, here we go, ladies and gents. Second half, Orgless back with authority after a 5-2 deficit, just making that mid-control work wonders for them, and Copenhagen Mall simply have to win this pistol. Of course, it's not completely all over if they lose the pistol, but their chances diminish with each round that goes against them here. They are firm underdogs coming through into this. Maeve has his Julie's close range. That's 30 bullets of misery. Dead Fox is going to spot, I think he caught the shoulder, yeah, of SMF as he just traversed through onto short. And of course now, that's going to be the call coming through. And Maeve opens up with a dual Berettas. Flashes there as well. SMF finally chimes in for a kill, and so does Taboo. So a decent momentary recovery from Copenhagen Wolves, but can they keep it going forward? Huiten eats a stray bullet to the face, and that drops him down to 9. So he has to quickly decide, do I want to keep peeking window, or do I want to chime in with Dead Fox to try and make something special happen? Suddenly, players falling down left, right, instead of Taboo's the last player, and Orgless have done it. They retake the site. Deary me, Copenhagen Wolves will be bitterly disappointed to let that one slip, because that could be the moment that loses them the map. Orgless in command on their retake, looking very good indeed. Copenhagen Wolves do get the bomb plants. They have a decision to make if they want to save up for the next round to get AKs, or if they want to just go all in here and go for the force bite. And it is going to be the save into AKs with a healthier, more solid buy-up. That does mean there's a lot of pressure on this next round coming up. This one you assume is going to be a formality. Taboo actually dinks SMF in the back. At least he does take down the player afterwards. 2-for-2 trade actually in the early stages of this round, with Dead Fox being dinked in window. Makes this a bit dodgy. The one was dropped out on mid though. That grenade has damage written all over it, but actually does minimal damage to Taboo. Only eats 5 in total. Now CT is deciding to fight fire with fire. Play aggressive, get up in the face of Copenhagen Wolves. Snappy last player. He's going to meet himself. Flash, nice headshot. Only 2 players remain. Now for Orgless. That grenade plus the M4 equals death. The thing is, though, because Orgless ate 3 casualties in that round, it does somewhat hamper their buy into this one as well, and especially the next round if they take a lot of casualties. So Copenhagen Wolves, even though they don't win the previous round, they did do significant damage. So this is their chance now to pounce. This is such a huge round. This could be the difference maker. And the Wolves will know this as well. Barbar playing aggressively gets the better of Percy. 3 players in mid. That flashbang wrecks all 3. Dead Fox is tapping. How is he still alive? He's on 9 HP. He's so close to death. And now Maeve stands up. And it's just a complete collapse for Copenhagen Wolves. They can't deal with the pressure. And Orgless not only take the round, but just to add insult to injury, keep all 5 players alive, which completely mitigates what I was talking about before with their economy potentially falling down. The Copenhagen Wolves have missed a huge opportunity in round 18. Completely swept aside. Desperate times call for desperate measures now for Copenhagen Wolves. Nico actually ducking down to make sure the trajectory of the bullets from Maeve won't catch onto his face. Damage has been exchanged though. Double nades put in. Here comes the spray. It's going to be a slaughter for Copenhagen Wolves. All bark and no bite, it would appear. The Molotov is going to force Snappy out. It hasn't quite spread far enough just yet. Okay, now it is. He's eating the damage. 27 HP left. There's a couple of very low players on the side of Orgless, but the Molly finally claims its victim. And Copenhagen Wolves now with really their last chance. This is do or die. Auto Sniper picked up for Flash. I guess it's like Super Troller Factor. He's got the Auto Sniper and he's got like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's got Will Smith just like just grinning. You get wrecked off that weapon and you see that profile pic just pop up. Gotta feel bad, man. Early kill goes in the favour of Orgless. The AWP rings on out and claims a kill for Barbar. The last remaining Copenhagen Wolves players, 3 of them in round 1, is looking for the lurk through underpass. A good entry frag from Taboo keeps this interesting. Good to know on the back of the site, and spraying down with the M4. There's a first fraggling for the second as well. He did just catch a glimpse of Snappy. SMF has made the lurk work. The next kill, though, is absolutely vital. If SMF can pick up another one on his adventure through on B, that opens up the site, and you can see the Copenhagen Wolves realize this, are actually rotating round. So this is the moment. SMF needs to get the kill into Maeve, and he gets headshot down instantly. That is rough. And you can see instantly that the brakes are put on from Taboo. He's like, okay, BBB. Oh, wait a second. Maybe not. That was such a crucial kill. That would have been a bomb plant. And instead, Dead Fox put Snappy down with haste. Easy kills, easy round, easy map, it would appear, from Orgless, who, by the way, were 5-2 behind at one stage. They are about to win 13 rounds in a row. Unless Taboo can pull off a sick 1v3 with 20 seconds to spare. There's the first one, but now his position has been given away. Maeve just has to play this position correctly. Oh, and Taboo's gone for the plant in the corner, which means that Maeve can easily pick him off. 13 rounds on the bounce now to Orgless. As devastating as you like for Copenhagen Wolves, they're going to be able to rummage together an AK buy in the last round. It's going to be Galil probably for Percy. No, he goes for the Deagle instead so we can get more utility. Fair enough. 10 rounds. The CPH Wolves. I don't know, I call them CPH Wolves. It's Copenhagen Wolves. They need to pick up for themselves in a row. We've seen the seesaw of Counter-Strike go firmly in the favour of Orgless. Maybe the balances are going to somewhat equalise here. We're going to see Copenhagen Wolves pull off a crazy comeback. Or maybe it's going to be a shutout performance. Dead Fox is going to eat the Deagle headshot, though, from Percy. 2-on-2. One of the better chances that Copenhagen Wolves have had in recent memory. Maeve's about to peek out. And Deagle plays an M4, and the M4 will get the upper hand. Maeve's down to 21 HP. And that's all on Nico. Been flashed, about to get incendiaried as well. Oh, there's a nice little shot through the smoke. Has to play the close angle. He's probably going to fake this to try and draw up flash. Jumps up, gets the frag! Okay, hello Nico. Welcome back to the server. Stops the rock. 13 rounds has been taken away in a row. There will be no 14th, but Copenhagen Wolves, what can you get done? And suddenly, well, GoTV just jumps ahead. Like 10-15 seconds. That was weird. Fair enough. We missed the freeze time. Not that we really missed too much from that. Orgless playing it safe. No point forcing up here and giving Copenhagen Wolves a way back into this game. Just tap out. Come back stronger than ever. The rifle rounds have been on their side so far today. And as expected, Copenhagen Wolves will pick it up. But here comes another buy from Orgless. And it will be a healthy one, including an AWP if they want. And indeed, they do want it. Toggle. Not necessarily sold on the idea of that, bro. Adsy. I'm not sure about that, bro. Copenhagen Wolves are going to need a miracle here to get back into this game. And now it's Maeve who takes a leaf out of the playbook of Copenhagen Wolves. I don't know why the camera decides to go into third person. Why you do this, God TV? Why you do this? Nico's AK is going to get found out. That leaves Taboo in a 1v3. And he can't get it done. Orgless is going to take the map with ease at the end. 16-7 on Mirage. That is rough. I was just going to look at Taboo chilling here. And maybe that's what they need. They just need to have a few moments here to relax, calm themselves down, think about what happened, try and prepare themselves for the next map. But while I do that, guys, I'm going to go rest my voice, go get myself a drink. I advise you do the same. And I will meet you back here in a few minutes when we see map number 2 get underway in this best of 2. Copenhagen Wolves will be battling back to try and get a very important point in this group stage match. See you in a few.